Can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. You want it hurt, so just give me what I...
Alright, gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127 and welcome back to another video. And guys, with today's video, I'm not going to go through the usual intro and everything like that. But do follow me on social media though, at Tanek127. Because guys, a lot of my gaming news, especially MMO news and stuff like that, I usually learn it and get it on social media. Somebody gives me some type of hookup with information or something along those lines, and I'm usually showing it off on social media before it even becomes a video. So you can get sneak peeks or clues to what my next videos are if you follow me on social media. That includes Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Like the video, guys. If you're new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe because I'm the console MMO enthusiast, baby. I swear, if YouTube doesn't work out for me, I'm going to become a console MMO enthusiast rapper. I'm going to make hip-hop songs about why devs need to bring MMOs to console. Like, I'm gonna spit that fire about CPUs, controllers, and just I'm kidding, guys. But what is up? I just want to sit back, kick back, relax, and just talk a little shit with you guys for a little bit. So first and foremost, and give you guys some updates on the channel. I do want to say in advance, hope you all have a happy holiday and Merry Christmas and stuff like that. Because by the time you're watching this video, there's not going to be any more uploads on the channel until after the holiday. I'm going to be taking advantage of this the holiday time. My kids will be off from remote learning and stuff like that. Going to be spending time with them. I actually just hooked all my kids up with Among Us on Nintendo Switch, and they have no idea yet. Unless they get around to watching their dad's video here, then surprise, spoiled. But they don't pop on my channel much, thank God. But yeah. But what I want to talk to you guys about was just this year in general, the MMO content. I know it's been lackluster here on the channel. I've done some some okay MMO coverage this year. There's been a few standouts and shiners, especially the Gravity Project, his project with Voyage. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you check that out. The Kickstarter that he has going on is pretty good. The game's showing a lot of promise, and honestly, like I said in the video, he does plan on porting that to console eventually. So if you check that Kickstarter out and you have any faith in that project, donate $1 to it. Throw $1 at it. Throw a few bucks at it. I even donate a little bit myself. Because I want to see any MMO that looks promising and the developer needs a little push. I'll gladly throw it at you. And trust me, guys. Like I said in the video, I'm not a fan of Kickstarters, but that game looks promising. And the Gravity Project, he was a player that played along with us. So I support that 100%. He knows what he's doing. And as we learn more about that game, trust and believe I'll be showing it. But yeah, enjoy the gameplay in the background, by the way, guys. I wanted to purposely share some high-level Terra Console and Phantasy Star Online 2 gameplay, because one thing I do know I lack here on the channel is more in-depth guides. And that's just because I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's not so much as, I don't do the content, because I do. It's more so a lack of confidence thing. And I'm just being honest with you guys. I've done guides on, dungeons, class rotations, and things like that before. And I've had a YouTube audience completely tear me a new one over it. And I'm not kidding. I used to try making guides for Final Fantasy XIV all the time. And each one has ended up with a boatload of criticizing comments, dislikes, and just discouraging words overall. And I get so nervous every time I make a guide. Now, beginner's guides I can do, basic endgame guides, pointing players in the right direction for what they want to do at certain points in the game. I can do that. But when it comes to, to breaking down a dungeon, getting certain boss mechanics and stuff right, I can do it in my head, but it's really difficult to make a video on it sometimes. And I'm not that great at it. But I do promise, I'm going to try and do those more often, because I don't get a ton of comments about it, but I do see them from time to time. Hey, Tanek, are you going to ever do more guides and content on Terra or on Bless and stuff like that? I will say, speaking of Bless is honestly the one MMO I have slacked a little bit in. That's just because, there's no class in there for me, and I don't know. I've made so many different tunes in that game trying to figure out something for me in there. It's just been rough, and you guys can ask Asylum, Aki, God of Death. Anybody I play with. I've started so many different tunes in that game. Just because I'm trying to find something I really really enjoy. I just recently started playing Ranger, so hopefully that comes. I don't know. I want to see more class variety in that game badly, and I know it just came out this year, so I can't expect the world out of it. But it's just it's really dry in the class department, in the raid department too. I don't really have much of a want to go end game. I'm not a guy who really cares for open world PvP, hence why I don't really play Black Desert. I did hear Black Desert's planning on adding more PvE based dungeons and PvE content, so if they start steering more in that direction and I actually see it with my own eyes, I'll start bringing it back to the channel. I wasn't going to start focusing Black Desert Hardcore just for the Altar of Blood, which was a PvE dungeon that they added, I believe last year. No, last year on PC, this year on console, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I wasn't going ham just for one dungeon finally being added to a game. As much as I do want to play that dungeon, once Black Desert starts getting more PvE content, then I'll gladly bring it back here to the channel. Like, guys, don't get me wrong, I'm not a guy who minds playing PvP on the side in MMOs. I do enjoy PvP a lot, but I'm not a crazy open world PvP kind of guy. It's just it's not really my style. It's not something I mess around with too much in my MMORPGs. But I will say that I thought this year was going to be a lot more hot with MMOs. 2020 seemed like the year. We got Bless Unleashed and Phantasy Star dropping early in the year. Phantasy Star even ended up coming into Steam not too late in the year. It was on Xbox and Windows 10. I'm pretty sure Phantasy Star eventually is going to hit PlayStation 4 and Switch. We just don't know when. Speaking of Nintendo Switch too, that's another console developers really need to act on, especially these mobile devs. So many mobile MMOs and shooters out here that are just dying, and the developers are on Twitter just trying to grasp at every straw for attention when they have a mobile-based console that has sold over 70 million units that they're not taking advantage of. Mobile architecture, a console that works just like the development for a phone, but they won't take advantage of it. And there's the sad part is when it comes to Switch, right? Because there's a few NDA projects that some developers let me take a look at from time to time. The few developers that are trying to make, special games, like there's a shooter even in development for Switch right now that I get a sneak peek at, and I'm in a PC beta for. And these guys don't get anywhere near the recognition that they deserve. And their game's going to be amazing. And then you have these guys, that get all this, all these viewers, all this Twitch clout and stuff like that, these other developers, but they won't make a move with their game. They won't do anything. And even like I was saying in the beginning of the video, Among Us just came to Switch. One of the most popular PC and mobile games out right now. It's not even an MMO or a shooter. Even they saw that potential and brought their game to Switch. People started asking for console this year. They acted on it this year and made it happen before the year ended. And just gave a surprise drop for it. Boom. Why MMO and shooter developers won't do this, I don't have the slightest idea. Now, don't get me wrong. I am well aware game development is not something you do in a day. You don't just wake up and say, yeah, I'm going to take this big game and just throw it on a console today because Tinex said so. I'm aware the world does not work like that. You don't need to tell me that in the comments. I know there's somebody that wants to say that. But I'm just saying, guys, there's so many ways to save so many games out here that have tons of potential, and people are just stuck in keeping them one place and lotterying their whole business model, hoping that it's going to take off on one platform. Cross-play, cross-platform, multi-platform is the future of console. And that's the reason, you know, people act on this. That's one reason I give Xbox so much kudos, because Phil Spencer sees this. He understands that. And I'm sorry, you know, this channel update kind of turned into a freaking console speech, but forgive me, guys. But that's one reason, you know, I stand a lot more biased when it comes to Xbox and Nintendo and even PC, because, you know, they see that they see that vision and they embrace it. Sony's gotten a little better at it, so, you know, that's how I have to give them props. And speaking of Sony, guys, I will be buying a PlayStation 5 eventually, so I know I went next gen with Xbox. PlayStation content will be here on the channel too. Don't worry about that. It's just remember, I'm a regular guy, regular job, buying 2 next gen consoles at once. When you got kids and stuff right around the holidays, it's a difficult thing to do in the middle of a pandemic. That's all. But yeah, I just, you know, that's kind of why I lean more towards these platforms, because they see that vision. And that vision also lines up with what we need in a solid MMO and RPG. The best MMOs out right now are crossplay, cross-platform, on multiple platforms. Final Fantasy XIV, PS4 and PC, was on PS3 before, you know, that part got cut off. And we'll be expanding to Xbox in the future. And when that game hits Xbox, it's going to blow up even more. Phantasy Star, Xbox, PC, Terra Console, PS4, Xbox. You know, like I said, a lot of the greatest MMOs out, they are cross-platform. They're doing, you know, better and bigger things. They see that vision. I'm sure Bless eventually is going to hop on that bandwagon, at least with PlayStation and Xbox. I hope they do. I don't know why they're lacking and slacking in that department. They should have been considering that a long time ago. I know the PS4 version just came out not too long ago, so I do know they'll probably need some time for that, especially since the game features open world PvP. But even Black Desert did it too. Another, you know, one of the best MMOs. Even though I'm not too crazy about open world PvP, but Black Desert is a solid MMORPG. Anyone will tell you that. Crossplay, cross-platform. The right games recognize this, and they know what they're doing. This is an important piece for the future of this genre. I'm telling you right now, a lot of the games in development, even a lot of the ones I have talked about, big channels like MMO Byte and Cry have talked about, a lot of those upcoming MMO RPGs are cross-platform between PC, mobile, and console, because they all see that vision. And I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you right now, I know a lot of these games are years off, but this is the future of the genre, and this is what developers need to start aiming for. And this is what we need to start pushing developers to start striving for. I'm telling you. But anyway, guys, let me know y'all thoughts down in the comments below. Like I said, I hope you guys have a great Christmas and everything like that. I will see you guys after the holidays. But anyway, y'all enjoyed today's video? Smash that thumbs up button for me. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy Tanek127. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out. Take care.